ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So Lord was explaining to Uddhava the purpose of his visit and how it is successful. He is saying, Sayesha sadho charamo bhavana. O sadho, O honest one, Sayeshaha, this life, because in the last life he said, you are one of the Vasus. So he is saying, Sayeshaha, this life of incarnation as Uddhava through Vasu, Charamo Bhavanam will be your last life. Asadidaste mad anugrahoyat, and you have achieved my ultimate favor, mad anugrahaha. And asaditaha means it is very easily been awarded to you. Usrajantam nrulokam, you quit this body from this conditioned soul and go back to my eternal abode. Usrajantam means leaving this world, material world, and you achieve my abode. Yanmam raha dishtya drushavan raha, and your specific visit to place and have my seclushu darshan in an independent lonely place is only possible because of vishadanu vritya, because of your unflinching pure devotional service. This specific opportunity to meet the Lord in seclusion only was because of your pure bhakti. So because of your qualifications, as soon as you finish this body, you quit here and you go back to Vaikuntha. And this will be your last life. So this was what was communicated to Uddhava. So Prabhupada explains, when a person is fully conversant with knowledge of the Lord as far as he can be known by a perfect living entity in the liberated state, he is allowed to enter into the Vaikuntha planets. So qualification to enter into Vaikuntha planets is he should know as maximum as possible which a living entity is permitted to understand, then he becomes eligible for going back home, back to Godhead. The Lord was sitting in a lonely place just about to disappear from the vision of the inhabitants of the universe, and Uddhava was fortunate to see him and receive his permission. To get exclusive association of the Lord, solitary association of the Lord is considered as a greatest favor bestowed upon Uddhava at this last moment of his life. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, who can enter into Vaikuntha? If you see 18th chapter 55 shloka, Krishna clearly explains the qualification. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yashasmi tattvataha. So only by bhakti, when you engage in devotion service, bhaktyamam, bhakti towards whom? Bhakti towards me, Krishna is saying. Bhaktyamam abhijanati, janati means to know. How? Yavan yashasmi tattvataha. Tattvataha means in truth. When one is able to understand the Lord in truth, in complete, as maximum as possible, and by engaging in devotional service, both, you should know in truth and you should engage in pure devotional service, then tato mam tattvato jnatva, the more you know, the more maximum you can understand, vishate tadanantaram. So once you quit this body, vishate tadanantaram, once you quit, you enter into my abode. One can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is only by devotional service. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yashasmi tattvataha. Anyone who is in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord, tato mam tattvato jnatva, by such devotion, he enters into the kingdom of God. Vishate tadanantaram. So once he quits his body, he goes back to the spiritual world. The same point is being communicated here. Who can enter into the Vaikuntha planets? What is his qualification? So what was the prime subject, what was communicated between Uddhava and Krishna is elaborated in 11th canto, Uddhava Gita. There were the final conclusions in the last chapter in their discussion, that is called as Bhakti Yoga. How we have Bhakti Yoga in Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna elaborated Bhakti Yoga principles to Uddhava in Uddhava Gita. So couple of questions from there, and what was Krishna's answer to who can become free from this material world and how to become free from this material world. The same aspect has been elaborated there. So Uddhava is praying to the Lord to explain certain aspects, and he first glorified the Lord. See, one of the Lord's qualification is he does not discriminate when somebody engages in his pure devotional service. You know, Guha. Who was Guha? A tribal man, Lord Ramachandra. When he quit Ayodhya, Guha was his dear friend. It was first he went to Guha's place. After he wanted to cross river Ganges and to go to the other side. So he visited Guha. And Lord hugged him and embraced him so much. And he is like a forest tribal man. And Lord is a royal prince. And Lord treated him as his very dear friend. Shabari, she is an untouchable, outcast lady. But Lord ate her juta. She was tasting each fruit and she was offering to the Lord. Lakshmana was saying, it is a juta offered. Ramchandra said, in my lifetime never I have tasted such a beautiful and tasty fruits. See, Lord is seeing the bhakti in the person who has surrendered to him. He is never seeing the qualification of their physical level. Externals he is not bothered of. So Uddhava was glorifying this attitude of those devotees to whom Lord reciprocated. Kim chitram achyuta tava etad ashesha bandho dasheshu ananya sharaneshu yad atma satvam yo arochayet saha mrugai swayam ishwaranam Srimad Kirita Tata Pidita Pada Pitaihi. So he is saying, O Achyuta, O my dear infallible Lord, Kim Chitram Tava Etad. It is most wonderful thing with you. Chitra means most wonderful. What is that most wonderful? Yad Atma Satvam, of those who intimately approach you, Daseshu, that servants, who have completely dedicated themselves to your lotus feet. Ananya Sharaneshu means Sharanaha means to take shelter. Ananyaha means except you, there is no other shelter. Who have accepted you as the whole and exclusive shelter. It says, after all your appearance during Lord Ramachandra were great demigods like Lord Brahma. Ishwaranam Srimad Kirita Tata Pidita Pada Pita. They are all waiting anxiously when they can come and surrender their head at your lotus feet. Touch the helmet to the tip of your lotus feet or the pedestal where you keep your lotus feet. They were all waiting anxiously, but Lord was more personally connected with Swayam Ashesha Bandho, because you are friend of all living entities and exclusively the friend of the surrendered spirit souls. Yo arochayat saha mrugaihi. And Lord was giving more importance to animals like Hanuman, who are all monkeys, half human, half monkeys. So Lord was giving more attention to the Hanuman and other friends, where greatest demigods were waiting in line. Lord was giving personal attention to your associates because you are exclusively for those who have Aranya Sharaneshu. Because they have completely taken your shelter, your first right, you first serve them. You first give opportunity for your close proximity devotees. And Uddhava is that in that one category. Next. Savai sadhana sampattihi purushartha chatushtaye taya vina tadapnoti naro narayana ashrayah. See, in this world, everybody aspires to get certain things. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. This is what? Chatuh Purushartha. Everybody wants these four things and success in their life in these four aspects. So, yovai sadhana sampatti, whatever means and ways somebody tries to endeavor to gain Purushartha Chatushtaye, these four aspects. Taya vina tadapnoti, if they take your shelter, Naro Narayana, any human, if he takes his shelter, your shelter, O Narayana, he can easily achieve what people are artificially trying to achieve in their dharma, artha, kama, moksha. It's even up to moksha also easily possible, because here it is said, to go back home, back to Godhead is exclusive devotion. Naro Narayana Ashraya, if Nara takes shelter of Narayana, then whatever is not possible, whatever is required for dharma, artha, kama, moksha, everything is automatically bestowed upon that personality. Even up to liberation. And further he says, Naivopayanti apachitim kavayasta taveshaha brahmayushapi kritam ruddha muda smarantaha yo antarbahis tanubrutam ashubham vidunvan acharya chaitya vapusa svabhagatim vinanti. So he is glorifying the Lord. You are so merciful towards the devotees. He says, O my Lord, O Ishaha, Kavayaha Ruddha Muda Smarantaha. Kavayaha means expert and learned transcendental philosophers and devotees who have completely dedicated themselves to you. Smarantaha, who always think of you. Nayeva upayanti apachitim tava. They cannot exhibit their indebtedness to you. So can we settle our account with the Lord? See, because Lord has been giving us for us from time immemorial. We cannot say, oh Lord, thank you very much. That's it. That runa we cannot finish. Indebtedness we can never be complete to the Lord. Even to Guru, even to Krishna, we can never be saying that we are completely done for whatever favor you have done. Because Yo antarbahis acharya chaitya vapusaha. You appear in two forms to us, internally and externally. Internally you come as super soul, and externally you come as spiritual master to guide us at every moment of our life. And tanubrutam ashubham vidunvan, to deliver these conditioned souls who are rotting in this material world. How? Swagatim vinanti, by directing them how to come to you. It is you who give the intelligence how a jiva can come back to you. Unless you give this intelligence, it is practically impossible for devotees to go back home, back to Godhead. That's why Krishna also says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam enamam upayantite. I give the intelligence how to come to me. So unless Lord gives intelligence, it is very difficult for us to understand the process itself. To understand Krishna itself is impossible. So unless Lord reveals himself, we will not be able to understand about him. Then after these various enquiries, Lord starts answering. He says, Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Hantate Katayishyami Mama Dharmam Sumangalan Yan Shraddaya Acharan Martyo Mrutyum Jayati Durjayam. So, Hantate Katayishyami. I am going to narrate to you what you have asked for. About what? Mama Dharman Sumangalam. That auspicious activities of devotion to me. Ya Shraddaya Acharan Martyo. Any person who faithfully executes this process, Mrutyam Jayati Durjayam. He will be able to conquer this death and go to the eternal abode. Mrutyam Jayati. Generally people do Mrityum Jaya Homa. So Krishna is saying, you follow this process, automatically that is whatever is required, it is automatically bestowed upon you. Mrityum Jayati Durjayam. It is actually, can you conquer the death? Which is impossible, Durjayam. But Krishna is saying, Mrityum Jayati, you will be able to conquer the death also when you engage in bhakti. Now he gives practical things, what one should do in bhakti. Kuryat sarvani karmani madardam shanakai smaran. So he is saying, Kuryat sarvani karmani. Perform all your duties. Sarvani karmani madardam, for my purpose. See, you will see the same slokas in Bhagavad Gita. 3rd chapter, 30th sloka. So, Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa, to perform all your activities for my purpose, for my satisfaction. Krishna is saying here, Kuryat Sarvani Karmani Matardam. Okay, next. Shanakaihi, without becoming impetuous, means without any doubt. And Mai Arpita Manachittaha, with your mind and intelligence offered to me, surrendered to me. Mad Dharma Atma Manoratihi, with your mind fixed in attraction to my devotional service, engage in all your activities. A similar sloka, Mat Karmakran, Mat Parmo, Mat Bhakta Sangavarjitaha, Nirvairaha Sarva Bhuteshu, Yassa Mameti Pandava, 11th chapter, 55 sloka. Mat Karmakran, perform all your duties for me. Mat Sangaha, have my association. Nirvairaha Sarva Bhuteshu, means without any enviousness for all living entities. The same principles will be coming here. Deshan Punyan Ashrayeta Madbhakte Sadhubi Shritan. You should take Ashrayeta, means you should take shelter of Punya Deshan, pious places. And what are these pious places? Madbhakte Sadhubi Shritan, where my pure devotees used to stay there. So those are called as most pious places. You should take shelter of the places where my pure devotees stayed. Deva Asura Manusheshu, Lord used to come in various categories. He used to come in demigods, he used to come in human beings, he used to come in animals. His various incarnations were there among all these living entities. Mad Bhakta Acharanicha, and you should be guided by exemplary activities of my devotees. You should follow in the footsteps of my devotees. Mad Bhakta Acharanicha. Next. Pratakshatrena va mahyam Parva Yatra Mahotsavan. So he is saying, Pratakshatrena va, either in alone or in public gatherings. Mahyam Parva Yatra Mahotsavan. You should engage, celebrate my festivals. Mahyam, the festivals which are dedicated to me, like Parva, Ekadashi Parva, Yatra, Janmashtami Yatra, Maha Utsavan, which are celebrated with royal opulences. You should engage in all these public or either individually or in a group. You should participate in the festivals. Then, Karayet Geeta Nrutya there. While engaging in this, what is your participation? Geeta Nrutya Adehi. By chanting, by dancing, by engaging in devotional service in this perspective, you should celebrate my festival. Maharaja Vibhutibihi, which are celebrated in royal opulence, and which are where all these festivals are dedicated for me, you should participate and encourage, and you should engage in chanting, dancing, and Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro. This is how Krishna himself is saying here. Mameva Sarva Bhuteshu Bahirantir Apavrutam. Ikshate Atmani Chatmanam Yatakam Amalasayaha. So he is saying, Amalasayaha, you should be pure in your heart. While engaging in devotional service, our heart should be very pure. It should not be diplomatic. Maveva Ikshata, one should always see me. Ikshata, to have my darshan. Should always have my darshan. Atmanam, as super soul. Sarva Bhuteshu, who is situated in all living entities. And Atmanicha, and who is situated in oneself also. Like in Bhagavad Gita 5th chapter, what is that perspective? Who is a qualified person as Brahmana? Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Suni Cheva Swapakecha Panditaha Samadarshanaha. Pandita is the one who is able to see on the spirit platform. So Krishna is clearly saying, you see me. In the 6th chapter, when you have elevated in your yoga consciousness, you will be able to pursue me as one, as Paramatma in all living entities. 6.31, if you open Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is clearly saying, I am Paramatma. Open. 6th chapter, 31st sloka, where Krishna says, I am Paramatma. First time Krishna says that. You can read the translation, please. So Krishna is clearly saying, I and Super Soul are one, worships me, engages in my devotional service. The same thing Krishna is saying here. To see as super soul in all living entities, including yourself. Jai Shri Radha Govinda Ki. And apavritam, you should be uncontaminated by material elements, because we are staying in this material world. We should be uncontaminated by anything material. And bahirantar, because Krishna is situated inside and outside also of everything and everything. Yatakam, just like sky. Giving an example, sky is in the outside also, sky is in our stomach also. As sky is spread everywhere, similarly the Lord is spread everywhere. He is inside, He is outside, everywhere and everywhere. This is one of the shloka which Prahlad Maharaj explained to his father. When Hiranyakashipu was asked, that famous Telugu shloka from Bhakta Prahlada, Indugaludu Anduledani Sandeham Valadu Chakri Sarvopagatando Yendendu Vetikina Andande Galadu Danavagrani Vinte. If you hear from authorities, you can pursue the Lord everywhere and anywhere. There is no place that Lord doesn't exist. If you hear from authorities, Danavagrani Vinte. So, as you hear from devotees in the disciplic succession, you will be able to pursue the Lord everywhere. Okay. Nahi angopakrame dvamsho maddharmasya uddavanu api maya vyavashitaha samyan nirgunatvad anashishaha. He is saying, oh my dear Uddava, oh Anga, oh my dear friend, Maya vyavashitaha samyak, this path of devotional service is established by me. Maya vyavashitaha, this bhakti path is established by me personally. Mad dharmasya nirgunatvat, and it is transcendental, free from any material tinges. And anashishaha, which is free from any material motivation. Ashishaha means expectation. Anashishaha means no expectation. This is nirgunatvat, bhakti process, and anashishaha. Nahi upakrame anu api dvamshaha. And one who engages in this path, there is no slightest loss also for him. Second chapter, 40th shloka. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahutobha. Even little endeavor in this path, one can be freed from most dangerous type of fear. There is no failure in this path. Similarly, 6.40 also. Nahi kalyanakrit kashit durgatim tate gacchati. And this process is most auspicious, and there is no failure in the process. Krishna is clearly saying that. See, whatever you hear in Bhagavad Gita, again you will see everything here in Bhagavatam, Uddhava Gita. Then further he says, Esha buddhimatam buddhihi manisha cha manishinam yat satyam anurteneha martyena apnoti mam amrutam. He is saying, Esha buddhimatam buddhihi. This process is the supreme intelligence of the intelligent. This bhakti is buddhimatam buddhihi. It is the intelligent of super intelligent. Manisha cha manishinam. It is the cleverness of the clever person. And it is yat satyam. And it is truth, eternal reality. Amrutam, the eternal spiritual world. Iha anurtena martyena apnoti ma. So, by following it, one can quit this temporary material world and obtain me, which is the eternal, real, spiritual truth. And finally, he concludes, he is saying, Martyo yada tyakta samasta karma nivedita atma vichikirshato me tada amrutatvam pratipadyamano maya atma bhuyaya cha kalpate vai. So, Martyaha, any person who is destined to die in this material world, yada tyaktva samasta karma, when he quits all his material activities, and nivedita atma, and surrenders completely himself unto me. Nivedana means offering, complete. You do naivedya, nivedana. So, like that you offer your atma to me, then vichikirshato me, eagerly desiring to render service to me, tada amrutatvam pratipadyamanaha. Immediately he becomes liberated from this cycle of birth and death. Amrutatvam. Mruta means death. Amruta means one who achieves liberation. And Maya Atma Bhuyaya cha Kalpateva. He achieves like my opulences in the spiritual abode. So he has like my opulences. It's like one of the Vishesha thing he gets in the Vaikuntha planet. Because Lord is completely bound by the devotee's devotion, he exhibits pastimes which are difficult for us common people to understand. So similarly, one great devotee is there, one of the associate of Lord Chaitanya, by name Gauridas Pandit. You heard his name? How many of you had visited Mayapur? None of you had, very few people. Had gone to Ambika Kalna, there is a very special deities of Gaur Nitai there. So there is one unique pastime which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had played with this devotee, Gauridas Pandit. See, there are 12 cowherd boys who are all associates of Lord Krishna and Balarama in Krishna Leela. So all of them had come and appeared as various associates of Lord Chaitanya. And this Gauridas Pandit is one of such associate who is known as Subala Saka. Subala, he is the same devotee who has come as Gauridas Pandit here. Chaitanya Charitamrita glorifies him. Gauridas Pandita Yanra Premo Danda Bhakti Krishna Prema Dite Nite Dare Mahashakti. So Gauridas Pandit is the emblem of most elevated devotional service in love of Godhead. Prema Uddanda Bhakti, he is the best personality to exhibit love of Godhead. And he has the greatest potency to receive and deliver such love. Krishna Prema Dite Nite Dare Mahashakti. He can give and he can take that Krishna Prema. He is such capable person. So he was born in a village called as Shaligram, which is around 18 kilometers from Navadvip area. His father's name was Kanshari Mishra and mother's name was Kamala Devi. And his elder brother was Suryadas Sarkela. He had two daughters, Jahnavi and Vasudha, who were married to Nityananda Prabhu. So Suryadas was a childhood companion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was in a Sakya Bhava, friendship relationship with the Lord. So when they took birth in Shaligram area, he told Gauridas, you go and stay in Ambika Kalna and do your sadhana and worship of Mother Ganges there. So happily he moved here. So like there is a river, Ganges river, other side is Shantipur, this side is Ambika Kalna. So one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, while returning from Shantipur, he was traveling in a boat. So he diverted towards Ambika Kalna. So after getting down from the boat, see when you are trying to row a boat, there is something called as oar. Teddu. You have to row the boat means you require that oar. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took that oar along with him. Generally after you get down from the boat, you keep the oar there so that while going back it is easy for you. But he carried that oar and went to Gauridas Pandit's house. So Gauridas was very happy. He received Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He nicely took care of him. And he served him all these things. And that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I have come here on one specific mission. And he gave that oar to Gauridas and said, with this, you deliver all living entities from the cycle of birth and death. You make them cross this ocean very easily. And after that, he said, today you come with me. I am very much satisfied by you. I wanted to give you a special gift. Chaitanya, he was wondering, what is that special gift? So he took him to his house. They came back, sat on the boat, went to their house. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there handed over his personal Bhagavad Gita, which he was personally written by him. And Gauridas Pandit was out in the moon. What do you say? He's like, he's in ecstasy, he's in the sky. The personal copy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which he has written that Bhagavad Gita, he gave to Gauridas and he brought it and he respectfully offered prayers. And when he was reading that beautiful pearl-like Mutyal lanti aksharalu, they say. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personal handwriting was so good, it seems. So if you go to Ambika Kalna today, we will be able to see that book also, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Swayam Likita, that book, and you can see that oar which was given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Gauridas Pandit. So in that way, he brought back and he was worshipping them like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So before accepting sannyasa, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had to take permission from all his close proximity people. So he and Nityananda Prabhu had come to Gauridas Pandit's house. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited his mentality that he is about to take sannyasa. So Gauridas Pandit says, if you accept sannyasa, then I will not be able to survive. You will leave this place and go away. You will be a wandering mendicant. So I cannot stay without your association. I want both your brothers to stay here. This is one last request I made at your lotus feet. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what you are asking is practically impossible, you know that. So we will do something in between. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, there is one specific neem tree in Navadvip, go get the tree and get our deities carved. So we will always stay in your house in the form of the deities. Then Gauridas asked, what will these deities do? So Gauridas asked, will these deities be alive? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, surely. Can they sit like what you are sitting, like how you are sitting in this sitting position? Can they sit like that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, of course. Will they able to take rice with their own hands when I serve food, like how you are eating? Will they be able to personally eat? He said, yes. So he said, now go get the tree and get personally the deities carved, and surely your wish will be fulfilled. So few people were sent and the tree was brought, and the artisans were asked, the deities were carved exact to the facials of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. And Advaita Acharya's son, Achyutananda, he had installed the deities. Now when the deities were done, 4 people were there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and deities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, now 4 of us are there. Gauridas asked, where 4 of you? Now we 2 and those 2. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, we 2 brothers and these 2 deities. Now make place for 4 of us. And Gauridas said, will the deities also eat? He said, yes, serve 4 plates and 4 of us will sit and eat. So, and excessive happiness was there. Gauridas immediately ordered various items and a huge feast was prepared, and 4 asanas were kept and 4 plates were given, and 4 personalities were made to sit, and all of them ate nicely to their heart's content. Then after that hand wash was done, all these things and all. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu said, we will go away. And then Gauridas said, no, you cannot go away, let the deities go away. Because you said deities are non-different from you, let the deities go away. You stay here. Then he said, finally, you decide which 2 should stay. Either we 2 should stay or the deity should stay, you decide. So finally he said, no, you 2 stay and let the deities go. As soon as he said this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu became deities, and the deities became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and they started walking away. Then he went and said, no, you 2 stay and let them go away. Then they became deities, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, the deities who were personal, they started walking away. So finally, Gauridas, he said to Gauridas, see, I am there eternally in your house in the form of deities. Do not restrict the mission for which I had come to this material world. And I will be accepting your service personally. So after pacifying him with various instructions and various messages, actually Gauridas was saying, don't cheat me. Like how you have cheated gopis that you will come 2 days later and you never came back. Similarly, don't cheat me with all your philosophy and all. Like a nice argumentation was happening between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gauridas. So finally Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, see, we are here for a mission and you are here also for a mission. So don't obstruct in the mission. So be satisfied with the deities, and we are personally there in these deities in your house. So it is said that every day he used to offer huge feast for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, and personally they used to enjoy this feast. As he was becoming older, the deities were very much concerned because he was taking extra strain to cook for all these, to procure all these things and all. So one day the deities became angry upon Gauridas and they stopped eating. He was offering and they were not eating. So then Gauridas became, if there is happiness in you that you will not eat my food, then be happy. But why did you make me so much labor to cook all this food and all? Then they started explaining, no, it's not that angry. We wanted you not to take so much risk. You are old. You are doing too much risk for us. Then Gauridas said, no, for today, because I have already cooked, You eat for today. From tomorrow, I'll just give you one leaf. Be satisfied with that. So like that, he made a nice feast and they were enjoying till last moment. So some days he wanted to decorate Gaur Nitai with nice jewelry for festivals. And because the jewelry room is there, the deities used to go and wear all their jewelry and they be ready. And Gauri Das want to enter and open the altar, they are already fully decorated with the jewelry. And he used to laugh. You don't want to give service to me, you want to dress yourself? See, in that way, this personal reciprocation with him was going on. So even if we visit now today, we will be able to see the deities. They were the first deities that were manifested of Gaur Nitai deities to Gauridas Pandit. And at last, he went back home, back to Godhead because of his devotional service. So for us, the perspective is the Lord reciprocates according to the devotees. So how Lord is reciprocating to Uddhava? So Lord reciprocates. It's the sincerity what matters. So we should be sincere and serious in our endeavor, and Lord will assure us through Prabhupada that our desires will be fulfilled in his association. I'll stop here. Any questions or doubts? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद।